In this lesson, we'll be creating our GIF in Photoshop. Okay, so I've just opened up Photoshop here. I don't have anything open in it. We don't have a project file for this lesson because we need to first open up our GIF here in Photoshop. Now, it's not a GIF yet, it's just our MP4, but we're about to convert it to a format that we can save out as a GIF. So let's go up to File, and we'll go to Import and choose Video Frames to Layers. And this is going to put us in your project files. This is where we want to go. And in your reference files folder, I have your GIF parameters.mp4 that we rendered in the last lesson. So go ahead and open that. And the default settings of the from beginning to end and make frame animation will work just fine for us. So go ahead and say OK to that. Now, this is going to give us our video in layer form. So you can see all of those layers here. Before you start going and clicking anything to try to see them, there's a much easier way to look at those besides the layers panel. It is the timeline panel, but we need to open it up. So go to Window and choose Timeline, and now we can look through all the different frames. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit play on this, and you can see it play through our GIF. Very, very nice. And now you may be wondering if you noticed this at all, that there is a GIF setting inside of Adobe Media Encoder. But the reason why I'd rather do it in Photoshop is because Photoshop is much kinder to gradients. It's not going to have the banding that you really have a hard time getting rid of when you render out of Adobe Media Encoder. It's really harsh trying to compress that, and Photoshop isn't going to do that quite as much. So there's a couple settings I want to change here in Photoshop before we save this out, and they're located here in our timeline. So I'm going to stop the playback, and you can see that there's this little drop down, and it might be hard to tell all of the settings in the recording, but if I drop this down, I have no delay, 0.1 seconds, and then it goes on up to 10. So I'm going to change this to no delay, and we'll just shift select all of our frames, drop that down, and choose no delay. Now, while we still have them all selected, I also want to right click and choose do not dispose. And that's going to help us to keep a fast animation without really compromising the look of our video here. So now we're ready to save this out as a GIF, and there's going to be a dialog that pops up that gives us a few choices. So we'll want to save this by going to File and choosing Save for Web. Okay, so here we are in this Save for Web dialog, and it's going to default to saving it out as a GIF, which is perfect. In fact, it's going to keep all the same settings that we had as far as the size and everything when we brought it in with the forever looping animation. That's exactly what we want. So what I can do now is check to see how large my file is going to be. And it looks like perfectly it's coming out at 56.6. So you really want to try to keep it under a meg. It looks like this is what this is showing right here. So it is just a little bit over a meg, 0.087 over. So that's acceptable. Much bigger than that, and you're going to start to have problems, and you would want to start compromising on how many colors you were allowing or how large it was, stuff like that. So now we're ready to save this. So you'll come down here to click Save, and you'll just want to navigate to your project files again, go to your reference files folder, and we'll call this Animated GIF. Or you could name it something like what the content actually is. The Quick Brown Fox, Animated Typeface, something like that. So then you'll go ahead and hit save. And it's going to just take it one little second to save that out for you. Now, I'm going to go in your project files and we'll grab the GIF. Okay, so here it is, and I'm going to open that up now. And you can see it begins to play back for us here. So that is how you would take your project out of After Effects and create a GIF that you can now put online as part of your portfolio and show off the awesome animated typeface that you have created. Thanks for watching this course, and good luck in creating this on your own.